Hey folks, how you doing today? This is Bill back again. Been a while since I've had a video, and I had some information that I wanted to share with all my close friends and buddies and subscribers and so on and so forth. So my wife and I, we've been on the same phone account for a little over a year now on this account. We had left from a new service that I had found because we thought that one of the big carriers would be better, but we already knew they were going to cost more. So we tried it anyway, and then things don't turn out the way they seem, so we end up going back to the carrier that we were with before, which is what I'm getting ready to share with you. The new carrier is called Ting, T-I-N-G. Now, they're not exactly new. I started out with them in, I believe, March of last year, and I spent almost the entire year with them in 2013. And I think it was later on in 2013 we decided to see if something was better, and we went and moved to one of the major carriers. When we found out that we were getting basically the same thing for almost double, if not triple, the price at sometimes, we kind of decided maybe we should just go back to where we were better off. So we went back to Ting. Ting runs off of the Sprint towers, but it's not Sprint service per se. What I mean by that is this company pretty much leases the usage of Sprint towers, but they run the business and the company by themselves. So if you ever have trouble with anything with your account or your service, or you just need help with anything, you don't contact Sprint, you contact Ting. And one thing I've noticed is when you call them during their business hours, you actually get a live person that answers the phone. You don't have to go through the press 1, press 3, press 4, all this mumbo jumbo. You get a live person and they talk to you just like a normal person. They don't try to pull off the whole read scripts or whatever they're told to do at corporate or all these big companies. You get a live person, they help you out, and they're very courteous. So how does it work? Okay, so I had a Sprint phone. Actually, I had one before. This is a different one. But I went out and I found a Sprint phone, and there's a place on the website where if you take the, I believe it's the ESN or the MEID number from the phone, all you do is punch it in on the website and it'll say you're good to go, you can activate this device. So when you activate your device, what it does is you have your account, and you they have a rate thing where you can go on their website and you click, okay, I use this many minutes, I use this many messages, and I might use this much data. The only thing that does is give you a preview of what you should expect to spend for the month. It doesn't lock you into whatever you pick. It just shows you, okay, if you do this, and do this, then that's how much you should look forward to paying. It doesn't lock you into that, like I was saying. And it technically is unlimited talk, text, and data, but it's tiered. So if you use this much, and this much, you pay this. And each one is broken down. Voice is, you pay this much for the different tiers. Messages, you pay this much for different tiers, and data, this much for the different tiers. And that's how, I'll put a picture up as I'm talking about this, and it should make a little bit more sense. But if, say, you go over a little bit on your minutes, then it's not going to cut you off. It's just going to move you up to the next tier, and you pay a few bucks more. I'm going to do a couple of inserts here in the video. Right about now, I'll be showing you what my Ting bills were for when I had the service last year. I didn't leave because I wasn't happy with the service. We just thought one of the major carriers would provide a little bit more, which in reality they don't. So I'm going to put my billing up right now, and you can see that my highest bill didn't even go over 40 bucks, I don't believe. You'll see right in the middle that there was like a month where they only charged me like $1 and something for the month. The service, when it first started out, was prepay. You figure out how much you thought you were going to use for the month, and it would automatically charge that to you. And if you went over, they would just charge you the difference on the next transaction. They changed over from that to a post-pay. So you go ahead and start your service, and as you continue on with your service, at the end of your billing cycle, they just charge you for how much you've actually used. You don't pay for, say that you have a bill right now with one of the major carriers where you have 1,000 minutes, unlimited text, and 6 gig of data. What are the chances, unless you're a very talkative person and you do a lot of surfing and music listening and watching videos on the internet, you're not going to use that 1,000 minutes or that 6 gig of data. So this is where they kind of drop the price on you a little bit, where you only pay for what you're using. Okay, so you see what I paid for when I had the service last year, and I'm going to just put a little screenshot up of what our last bill was with the major carrier. Big difference. And my current bill, the one that I have right now, I'm 3 weeks into this billing cycle since I've started back, and my bill is going to end up being like $58 for the month. And the only reason it's that high was it was my fault. In the end, it was my fault. The phone that I purchased was not completely up to date with the operating system, and I activated it while I was away from home. So while I was away from home, when I activated it, the internet service started up, and it automatically updated the operating system, which that tends to be a large download. And in this case, it was a half gig download, and I didn't know it was going on in the background because I activated it while I was at work. So I just activated it and went back to work. And then when I checked my the little meter that you can see on the website, I was like, man, what happened here? And then a little bit later, the operating system upgrade took place, and I was like, oh man, really? Okay. So if you have an older device, try to make sure you update it while you're at home using your router or however you connect to the internet if you have wireless at home. Just to kind of forewarn you of that one. By me being with this service, I can try to help you out a little bit. I'm able to refer other people to try the service, and theoretically you could get your first month free just to try out the new service. How does that work? Well, first off, where I was telling you about how you could save money with this service versus your carrier now, in the description area I'm going to put a link for their savings calculator, which you put in what your current bill is now, and it'll show you over a year. I think it shows you over a year how much you spend with that carrier and then how much you would spend using this service. Second, the rates I showed you on the screen just a little bit ago with the rates where you pick what tier you think you might use. I'll put a link to that also. Also, along with that, I'll put a link to where you can get a $25 credit just for trying the service. There's no contract. There's, prepay. The $25 credit, you can put it towards getting a new phone, or if you already have a Sprint phone in mind or you want to go get one yourself, you can get that. You can check your make sure the ESN numbers will work with this. I'll put links below in the description for everything, and I'll just put beside it what it actually does, or what the link goes to. So I'll put a link where you can check your ESN numbers. I'll put one to the phone store, where if you want to go out and buy your own phone, what you can do is, if you look at the store that they have, you can see which phones are actually available for service. Like, I think they're all the way up to the iPhone 5, but it doesn't cover the 5S right now. So, that'll just give you an idea if you're looking to buy your own phone. So, you can either use $25 to purchase a phone, or you can apply that credit to your first bill. So, we've been with this service, like I said, majority of last year. We just went back to it. It's great service. Anywhere that you'll have Sprint service, then you'll have this. But the only difference between this and Sprint is you're not going to have the hassle that you may have with Sprint. I've been with them twice, and it's always been a hassle for me, but I turned around. That would almost turn me away from the service, just because I found out that they were based off of Sprint. But when I found out that they were just kind of leasing the tower usage to operate their own service, then I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And to top that off, I already had a Sprint phone, or a compatible phone, and I got the $25 credit, just like I'm offering you down below. So I tried it, and I had, actually I had another referral, so I didn't pay a phone bill for a month and a half. So if you think you might be interested, or if you have any questions, go check out the Ting site. All the information that I've provided, maybe a little bit more, will be down below. Anything that's not answered there, feel free to contact their customer service. If you feel that I've left something out, let me know below, and I'll try to get back to you. So, let me know if you actually get this service. Comment down below. If you like the idea of this, or you already have it, give me a thumbs up, like it. If you want to find out more information about what goes on with our life, because you never know what I may throw up here. I've done sewing lessons, and now I'm telling you about telephone service. Just anything that I find interesting will probably end up in my channel at some point in time. So if you want to keep up with that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Other than that, I think that's about it. So all y'all people, have a wonderful day. Thumbs up, and make sure you pay it forward. Catch you later. Bye.